In this video, we're going to tell you a very, very key psychological trick that can change your trading as of today. Here's what's coming up in this video, guys. We're going to describe how visualization can completely transform your trading, and we'll tell you why in this video. Stick around as well. We'll give you an extra one. There's a bonus coming. Let's go. Neil, tell us why, first off, visualization is so key to day trading and how we can start to really kind of implement this into our daily routine.
Absolutely, Brendan. Look, everyone says like that there's that parallel between athletics or being an athlete and game day when you're trading. And athletes do visualization all the time, like practice your foul shots or close your eyes and go through it. And you're wondering, how can that possibly apply to a trader? You're reading charts, price action, buy, sell. But I'm going to use an example here with Robinhood, right? And here's the breakdown. So this is the first day of trading, and it opened up right at 38, which was the issue price. Now, popular trade is simply go long right away off the opening print. And then look for that first support, set a stop, get out very, very quickly on that first push. And especially true when a lot of people were thinking negatively instantly about Robinhood. So you know there's going to be a lack of liquidity. You're going to see crazy movement on your level 2 in your time and sales. You're going to have to quickly set orders. The second I'm long, I have to quickly determine my stop order. All of these things factor into it. I want to make sure I get my keystrokes right to be able to get out when it starts popping. If I want to take a breakout, I have to get that keystroke ready to have a break set for a stop order. So with all of these things going on, I've always realized, and believe it or not, I actually do this. Once I have a plan of action, I will usually on the train in, when I'm like not necessarily meditating or whatnot, but I'll close the eyes and I'll run through the entire process where I'm anticipating the open. So I'm looking at my blank level 2. I'm looking at not necessarily the chart, but I'm looking at my blank level 2, and I'm thinking stock opens at X price. Okay, I visualize the shares are in. Did I get the position? Once I notice that I'm filled, I want to then close the eyes, and then it's my keystroke, and you actually practice this with my hands, the keystroke to set my stop order, determine the price, set it, and then from there, get locked and loaded and ready to go to take profit. Now, the reason you want to do this is so that you have that reaction. Like you want that muscle memory, and you can develop muscle memory so you don't make a keystroke error in liquidity vacuums. You want to develop that muscle memory. To take it a step further and prove to you this is something we actually do on our trading floor, we used to have trainees practice keystroke tests with their keyboard setups while closing their eyes, just so that they would get accustomed to, this is my buy, this is my sell, this is my routing key in, this is where I want to remove liquidity, this is how I cancel orders. It doesn't seem like it makes sense, but you got to understand that keystroke errors can kill you, and in situations like an IPO right at the start, they're going to be even more dangerous because there is more risk when you're making a mistake at that time. One incorrect key hit a market key when you don't mean to. You might get out at the bottom when you intended to hold. Those things are very costly when the stakes are high in moves like this. And just the example here, if I wasn't prepared both to go long and then immediately know I wanted to reverse back through 38, I would have bungled those keystrokes in the heat of the moment and be afraid of missing the trade. Didn't happen here because I was visualizing it the entire time. What stop? Could have done it blindfolded.
Yeah, I mean, visualization, I think this is just a huge, huge benefit for a lot of traders. I mean, Neil and I have plenty of years of experience, so we've seen moves happen. And I just think that if you're going to envision, making a lot of money, sometimes that happens, and you got to just have that confidence sometimes that, hey, you know what? One day I hope that I could have diamonds as big as my head, right? And I think that, like, even right here on AMC today, we talked about 29 being a level. We got out, it didn't break, it broke, we got out, but then we got right back in because we believed that this would happen, and then we took right there. We take a $2, $3 winner on that. Now, that's not diamond hands. You could hold for a lot higher. But the point is that a lot of the time, you have to have that confidence. And Neil used sports analogy there. Practice shooting your free throws. Get that form right? But also just envision yourself on making that shot. Envision the stock making the move that you want it to make. And I just think that's so important, because if you sort of have a defeatist attitude even before you take the trade, then when it's winning, you may panic and take out profits like, oh my God, it's in the money, great. But if you sort of say, you know what, this is a trade that I believe in. I've seen this happen before. I believe that I can make this $2 or $3 on AMC, right? And just believe in yourself and visualize that, hey, yeah, you are that, in that example, you are that ape. You are that trader that can hold on to trades for a little bit longer. So I think envisioning what is about to happen in a positive manner often will turn out for success.
I want to take this down one level further. We talked a little bit about what your day looks like and visualizing what you want your day to look like. Let's take it down right to, and then we talked a little bit about what the expectation is as well. Let's take it down to the trade level. I want to talk about actually watching what is happening with the stock that you anticipate trading and then expecting what is to come before it actually happens. And this ENSC was on the radar this morning. So it comes down to just very simple levels, guys. And I'm just going to walk through a level process here. 587 up to, we'll call it 620, obvious resistance in the pre-market. So visualize at this point, yes, this is where my first entry was. What is going to happen in that if price gets back above level A? Am I getting out completely, or am I waiting to see what happens at level B? Am I adding at level A and then stopping out at level B? All of these things are happening in real time as you visualize the process. And in this case, we end up on the right side of the trade and visualizing the correct thing. The next thing we have to talk about here, guys, is how to implement this. And what we're going to discuss here is not only visualizing, but is revisualizing a word even, Neil? We're going to talk about screen caps and screen recording so you can visualize your trade and then visualize your trade over and over again.
Yeah, when it comes to visualization, you want to make sure you have a foundation. If you've been trading a long time, you might dream. I actually dream sometimes of a level 2 because I look at it a lot. But the reality is you want to be focused. And I think that's why I want Sean to talk a little bit about capturing your screen and then reviewing trades, because then it gives you something to work off of, obviously. And a lot of people on our floor happen to do it. It's a fantastic tool that gets used, and you wouldn't think about it. That's why that bonus, Sean, is actually screen capping the trade start to finish.
Yeah, it's bonus time. And look, I just called up a screen. You can use whatever one. This is a popular one on our floor, of course, if you're running Microsoft as your back end there. You can get this here, Screen Recorder Pro. It's free, it's great, and what it'll allow you to do is capture your whole screen, charts included, for when the trading's actually happening. Because a lot of the time, you'll get caught up in the moment, right? Like, it's you're panicking. Oh my God, like just even right here, right? Like if I take away these ticks here so you don't see my fills, you could look back and say, you know what? Like, look at this move down here in AMC. Look at this wick, this volume, high volume wick, and then look at it hold down here. Why did I even sell where I did? Answering yourself rhetorical questions, just being able to watch and see, what did this look like? This is the level 2. What did the buyers and sellers look like when we hit that point where I decided to sell? And then why did I decide to go back long? Should have I used more shares? What's up with some of these volume spikes here? Was there size on the level 2? What made me make that decision? I think that using a screen recorder software is something that everybody has to do. And this is just an example, the Microsoft one. Feel free. This is not a paid promotion or anything. This is just one that we use on the show and on our trading floor here. So definitely, if you're interested in that, I think that's a great bonus, because we often get caught up in the moment. And I mean, we love sports, so we could keep bringing it back to that. But I mean, that's what watching tape, right? You don't know your opponent until you watch tape. So that's we're all against the market. So you got to watch to see how that's going. Not only do I think this is a bonus, but I think that this is almost like a whole important video by itself. That's very, very key. I'm glad you guys watched this.
I couldn't agree more. One of the biggest reasons professional athletes have been able to take their performance, whether it's on the field or whatever, to the next level is because of the video room. So get into the video room, guys. Watch back your trades. Here's Valeria.
Hey guys, thank you for these tips on visualization. Dear viewers, please subscribe to this channel to see more great videos.